Let's do the Veyron walkthrough. What do we have here? Wow, look at the collection. The Crystal Valkyrie, the Senna Street Legal version, the Hennessy, insane. And the best part of the Concours begins here. Look at all these Chirons. Look at all these Bugattis. I have no idea what these are, but holy crap, these are quite something. Look at these. This is actually so overwhelming because that whole section over there are Bugattis. There are two Mistrals over here. We'll get to them later. We're gonna do the Pagani tour. So that's the Zonda S, Zonda F, Zonda F. Never seen this one before. Never seen this one before. This one looks like a Singapore spec, but in roadster format. Very cool. There's Zonda Revolution, blue carbon. I think this was from Japan. We got the Utopia Coupe, the new one in yellow. Another Utopia Coupe in launch color. And this one's from the north of California. Look at the color on this. It's like a turquoise blue carbon. This guy actually drives it. He has a Huayra Roadster as well, and he drives like that car almost every day. It has like almost 10,000 kilometers on it. Sorry, 100,000 kilometers on it. You know what? I almost missed this. So we got the Imola Roadster, we got the El Chavez, and we have this, you know, Huayra BC's Roadster looking thing. But if you look inside, this is a one-off because it's got a manual transmission. Moving forward, we have more Huayras. I think this is a Huayra BC Roadster with a new wing. I'm not too sure. This is the Huayra El Chavez. Look at the color on this. It's almost like a goldeny brown with metallic flakes and that new wing. This is the Huayra Imola Roadster. I think it's 1 of 5 or something. 5 coupe, 5 roadsters in this color shifting, changing color. Almost looks like the McLaren Pacific color scheme color with these really cool chrome wheels. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this car before. It also has like the tri-wing. I think this is called the Imola wing because those are just modified versions of it. Those are connected in the back, but this one isn't connected. And look at the white interior. Color match interior center console. Super, super duper cool. You can see a color change from blue, and if I walk over here, it turns into purple. That's an insane color change. Moving forward, we have a BC Roadster. And I'm not too sure what this is, but this also looks like a BC Roadster with a different color theme. Turquoise metallic-y looking carbon with, I think those might be gold inserts or gold flaked inserts. Really cool. Kind of looks like what Koenigsegg's doing to with their cars. Two BC Roadsters. Just look at that gold. Insane. Another BC Roadster in blue carbon and a BC Coupe. This car actually has a lot of miles on it. It attended all the Reduno rallies. Another BC Coupe. BC Coupe. Very cool. And here are the Huayra Roadsters. So that turquoise looking Utopia belongs to the same owner as this red carbon Huayra Roadster. He actually drove it from, I think, LA all the way here, or from San Francisco area. Another Huayra Roadster and another Huayra Roadster. So if you can see, they are same but different. Different configuration, half paint, half carbon versus full carbon over there. This is a Huayra Roadster with a Tempesta pack, so you can see the front lip is a little bit different. This is more smooth. That has edges and all that with cooler wheels. Next to it, there's a Huayra Coupe with a customized roof intake and that wing. I've never seen this one before, so I only saw this last night for the first time. But this is crazy. Original Huayra, no Tempesta pack, no nothing, just pure carbon and those classic traditional wheels. Probably coolest spec, just like this one. These two are the original spec. The one on the left has been with the owner since brand new for the past 10 years, and it's been driven everywhere, including Europe, America, and I think Japan as well, I'm not too sure. Another Huayra Coupe updated with a wing and a Tempesta pack, make it a little sporty. And this is the AMG 1 at its max downforce kit. Look at the louvers. Kind of looks like a Stingray, don't you think? To me it does. But it's super cool. Powered by the Mercedes F1 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. This is basically a Formula 1 car for the road. And look at the wing. This is so cool. That goes down when it's on, that goes down, suspension goes up. The louvers go down when it's on street mode, but this is track mode. Kind of the same concept as this. The wing goes up, suspension goes down. The two Mistrals, one in full carbon finish with the roof on. It's got a fabric roof because it's mostly a roadster. And next to it, there is a satin silver painted Mistral. Really cool. Now we're going to tour the Bugatti section. I think there's like 40 cars here, but let's do a walkthrough. We got the Super Sports over here, the long tails. There's 3 of them with the roof sunroofs, separated sunroofs, white, black, well actually carbon finish, not black. That's just a launch spec, the original Chiron on French Racing Blue with really cool original brakes. So we got 2 Super Sports, 1 original Veyron, Chiron, and we have 2 Pure Sports, the track focus one with a fixed wing. Let's do the Veyron walkthrough. I'm not too sure about the different Veyron specs, but I think this is the first gen with it based on the headlights. This might be the Vitesse Roadster or something. Got new headlights, Roadster. This is kind of carbon. It's matte black in the middle and carbon on the side with orange accents. It says Vitesse inside. That's a Vitesse for sure because the seat says Vitesse. Very cool. Silver one with chrome wheels, super classy. Also a Vitesse. This is also a Vitesse. Blue carbon with kind of like a creamy white metallic on the side. And this is also a Vitesse. It's called something blanc, something white. Very nice. And this is, I think, the Super Sport. This is the Veyron Super Sport, these two. One in blue carbon with silver accents, another one in kind of carbon with the orange accents, kind of like the world record car. But these are super cool. So the difference between these and the Vitesse is that when you see these roof scoops, the roof intakes, these are Vitesses. But the Super Sport have these giant NACA ducts, the mother of all NACA ducts. Apologies for the leaf blower, but wow, look at this. Super extra aerodynamic finish on these two. I have never seen this many at one spot, but you can see the exhaust rate also different. You get 2 exits over there, but with the original Veyron, you get a single exit. I think there's a couple more under the diffuser. This one, I believe it is Ed Bolian's Bugatti with the color matching red wheels. Red on red on red, black with some red accents. We got this yellow Veyron here. I'm not sure what edition this is. This might be a special edition. We'll see it from the wheels. There's another Veyron here with these aftermarket wheels. Not sure what they are. The classic 16.4 spec, black with red accents. I believe these two are actually the original launch specs that came out in 2005, especially this one with these wheels and these headlights. Almost just looks directly like a Volkswagen, which it is. And this one has the updated headlights, but the original wheels. Over here is a Chiron Super Sport. You can see a long tail, the extension from the back. Blue carbon, full blue carbon with kind of like a fade color that goes from paint to carbon. Very cool. They actually drive their cars too. This is a Super Sport Extreme. I guess they made a new special edition for this. In front of it, I don't know what this is called, but I think they call it the L'Or Blanc or something. Specially painted Veyron Vitesse in, I think, French Racing Blue and white. I don't know how to do this, but every car they did like a project like this, the lines all line up the same. So I assume they have a template for this. The third Mistral, black with red accent, super cool. And this is the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, I think 300 World Record Edition. So this is the same as those two back there, but this is in the true World Record Edition. This is also might be a launch spec for the Vitesse Grand Sport or something. Very nice. I think it's like a dark blue carbon with French Racing Blue accents. That being a special edition 105. This one over here is also a special edition 105. So they made 5 each, so it's 25. But you can see how it's special edition based on the stitching on the headrest. Very nice silver spec. Argento, silver something. This is also a Vitesse. Nice. And the more I look at these, the more alike they look. Kind of looks like a resto mod. But this one is painted in black on the side and carbon in the middle. This is the Sang Noir, I think. One of the rappers, Drake, had one of these. And this one is painted in a really dark teal blue carbon. Could this be another Saint Noir? And more classic Bugatti liveries. So these are like the original wheels with the new headlights. I don't understand these. But basically, the American cars have these super ugly side markers that the European cars don't have. Hellbug appropriate. Wow. Gold Veyron proper. Another OG spec. I think I like these more actually. These are just like the updated versions. McLaren Elva, Agera RS Phoenix. Very nice. Saw these last night, and we got the matching pair of Valkyrie and Speedtail in black with red carbon. The red carbon looks so good under sunlight. You can't see it in the dark. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Speaking of red carbon, check out that red carbon over there. Look what I found. Not the Singer, but this roof CTR3 or CT3R in this holographic paint. Look at that. The paint is super cool. It's not my phone making funny colors, but it's actually how the paint looks. Absolutely stunning. Pretty cool. That's a nice spec TDF. It's like a light blue metallic color with blue carbon matching. Nice. 959. And the SF90 XX Stradale with red carbon. We saw this at Car Week. Seems to be a lot of carbon going on here. Even this Shelby's carbon. Resto Mod Alpha. Gunter Works. I think that's the new version with the wing. Full carbon McLaren center here as well, alongside the P1. Don't know what wheels these are, but it's like a LM homage. We saw this at the Quail, but I don't know what it is, but it looks super cool. Well, look what we have here. So this is the McLaren F1 with the HDK kit that we saw in Goodwood last year, 2024 Goodwood, the same one. I think there's a story behind this. This one crashed or something, and the McLaren MSO rebuilt it. And now it's like, there's a Lazante badge on it. And there's a P1 HDK or something converted by Lazante as well to make it street legal. Just look at the wing. Super cool. And back here, there's a yellow Lazante Special. I don't know what it's called, but we saw a black version of it at Goodwood. Center drive like the McLaren F1. Pretty cool. So over here, I guess the P1 HDK is the odd one out because it does not have center drive. Regardless, super cool. Look at the elephant down there. We've got these carbon fiber barrels. And let's have another peek of the McLaren F1. Going from the F1s over there, there's a Jesko Absolute here. Look at this. Matte carbon fiber. The arches, aero discs. It's got Dubai plates. Wow. Hey, look, the Lambo race car. But look back there. There's a F50s and SP3s. Look at this Utopia. Look at the carbon. It's paint with carbon looking layer underneath it. I don't know how to describe this, but very cool. It's got martini stripes too. I'm not really sure why, but it seems to be a manual transmission. It's quite something. Another yellow Utopia, super cool. I think I've seen this one at Car Week before. We got a red Huayra Roadster. Orange, sorry. This is the Huayra Tricolore. We saw this car at Miami's dealership, I think last year or something, but look at this. Carbon weave and all that. Look inside, we got the anodized blue aluminum. Nice to see this outside under the sun, because what I saw was with indoor lighting, so it looks pretty dark, but this looks beautiful. Next to it, I think this is an Imola Roadster as well. Wow. Look at the diffuser, the Tricolore diffuser. Imola Roadster. Next to it, we got the Imola Coupe in matte carbon fiber, gold wheels. I believe this might be the launch spec of the Imola. What do you think? Do you like the Coupe more, or do you like the Roadster more? We got the NACA duct on the Imolas, and we have a pitot tube on this Tricolore, which is very unique and interesting. Huayra BC with these yellow stripes, very cool. And we got the Zonda F, I believe. Zonda C12, Zonda F in full carbon, and this is the final custom build commissioned Zonda ever. Carbon fiber Zonda F and the Zonda Arrivederci. This is the final Zonda commissioned by a owner or collector, featuring apparently M-colored stripes. Very nice. Silver carbon fiber roadster with a 760 rear end and accents. Pretty cool. There's a lot of cars that have been converted, but not many freshly built like this one. The Bugatti Tourbillon. I don't know if this is a production car, but this is the new V16 with 4 turbos, not W16 anymore. These two here are W16s. We got our 4th Mistral here at the event in red, pretty cool, and a Bugatti Bolide. I believe this might be my number 7 or 8 Bolide that I've seen. A front view of the Tourbillon. You can see it's more pointy, the doors open up like a McLaren. Looks like BMW Imola red. We got a Bolide in the front. You can see how flat it is with the X headlights, kind of like the 992 Cup car or Cause. And this is the Bugatti Super Sport. The Super Sport in white with chrome bits. I love chrome. Super Sport 300. I don't know if that's 300 kilometers or 300 miles per hour, but look at that. It's got the aero deck as well up top with a big ass Nakaducks. Next to it, we have a Centodieci. This is a homage to the old EB110. We can see a little bit of like details that matches the old one, including these 5 holes over here. But I think this is like a racing. This livery is based on a racing spec EB110. Very nice. Very thin lights though. I'm not sure how the lights project out. But moving on, we got the Bugatti Divo. This is also known as the Ladybug. Apparently, the paint costs a lot of money and a lot of hours because of all these little diamonds. These are painted, they're not stickered, and that's what's making it super expensive. Look at that. Even the side as well. This is super cool. The HWA, basically the 190E Evo, but newer. And we got a CLK DTM next to it. There's a whole other field over here with a bunch of Lambos. We got the mirrors down there, and we got the SE30 in green. And this is the little Japanese classic section. We got the 240Z, we got the 200 GT, 2000 GT by Toyota, and Larry's R34 GTR. Fun fact, this is Han's 240Z, the Han from Fast and Furious. Look at the engine in this. Wow. Color is great though. Look at the carbon fiber weave on this thing too. Jeez. Toyota 2000 GT. This is Toyota's attempt at making like a fun sports car, kind of like the 240Z, except these have skyrocketed, and they even made some roadster versions. This is the R34 that's been restored by Garage Yoshida in Japan. Look at that. Look at the blue tinted front lip. Mine is completely demolished, but very, very cool. Next to it, there's a NSXR that nobody's looking at because nobody knows about it. Painted in championship white with these 17-inch wheels. These are like 300,000. And this is the R35 GTR T-Spec, one of the final editions before the Nismo GTR. Super rare. You can barely find any of these. And I think this one is actually painted in midnight purple, but you can't really see it. Wow. The Coda Lunga, based on the Pagani Huayra, but coach built. And here is the new Coda Lunga Roadster. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. The Speedster, the Coda Lunga Speedster with the wooden steering wheel. This is actually really pretty. Look at it. Look at the painted wheels. I love it. And look at the exhaust too. I don't know what those 2 pipes are for, but might be wastegates. Centenario Roadster and a Centenario Coupe over there with blue accents. And over here, there is a Sesto Elemento that's been road converted. I think we saw this at Monterey Car Week, but I only saw it once and throughout the entire week. Look at the dashboard. The dashboard is absolutely cool. The dashboard is so cool. It's just like structural. I think that's a Diablo SVJ. Look at that. The carbon, the roof scoop, the plexiglass windows. And this is a Sion Roadster. It's like 1 of 63 or something. Limited edition with fading paint fade from paint to carbon to turquoise carbon in the back. The back end's super nice. On the other side, next to the Centenario Coupe, we have a Reventon Coupe. This is one of 25. I think there's a plaque down there. A brand new Countach in this gold color. Very nice, even with matching gold wheels. Almost matching. Then we go from a gold Countach to a white Countach. This is the factory spec. Super cool. Very pretty, actually. Next to it, the Gallardo Concept Spider. I think this is a one of one. Here is the one of three Lamborghini Veneno. Saw this car like 3 years ago at Miami Beach for the Storado unveiling, but now we get an up close look of it in the sun, well, under the sun. I think this is the only Veneno with these skinny mirrors, and all the other ones have, you know, fatter, different mirrors like the Aventador mirrors. Basically, this is a LP750 based on the Aventador chassis, but made super limited for the Lamborghini's 50th anniversary back in 2013. So this is a 10-year-old car. And look at the plate number, Florida LMP. It's crazy how this car is here. This car never comes out ever. Ever. So cool. Look how skinny the mirrors are. Second Reventon. This is number 2. Number 1's down there. The Lambo section is absolutely wild, and like, look at that. That's a Murcielago Roadster and a Diablo with American flag. That is a funky color. It's like midnight purple, but Lambo. Matte black Revuelto with red carbon fiber. I don't think these are factory bits because the side skirts and stuff aren't really factory, but sorry, don't know Lambos. But we have Stradman's Aventador Liberty Walk, the wide body in pink. Super cool. Another one of Stradman's car. Look at the plate, Strad, and it's full carbon fiber. This is actually so cool. Look at this Diablo GT. Wow. Super rare. I think they're like $2 million a piece right now. These never came to North America, so it's imported from somewhere. And this really pretty STO next to it. Look at the color. The license plate also says Pink Panther. Very fitting. But this is the Lambo section with all the rainbow colorful Lambos. This one has drag tires on it. Okay, so about that ladybug that I was cut off during my video, that is a one-off thousands of hour into those little diamond rhombuses. And I don't know where they are going. Look at the taillights on that thing. It's pretty crazy. Ladybug plates too. There's the ladybug. I think they're leaving. Single turbo study. Very quiet for a Shelby wide body. That's a GT350. And the regular body, not the wide body. And the 700 horsepower F-150. Okay, now that there's nobody here, let's talk about these cars. This car, I don't know what's up with it. The stripe is on the driver's side. It kind of shuffles to the middle and then it ends in the back of the car. So I have no idea what's going on with this car. But this is kind of cool though, because it's kind of like, you know, the comic book. This is super cool, super simple, Italian stripe in the middle. That's also pretty straightforward, Huayra Roadster. This is a BC Roadster, yep, BC Roadster in full blue carbon. And here is, we are back at the Pagani Huayra Tricolore. So a little bit difference about this and the Imolas over there is that there's an aqueduct in the middle over there, but there's a pitot tube over here. So this is what aircrafts use to detect their speed, which is very interesting. There's no cutout, like there's only a small cutout, but big cutout over there. So I don't really know like what the point of this car is, other than the fact that, you know, it's one of 3 and super cool. But yeah, I feel like there's very little information about this car, so I don't even know what to say about it, but I'll let you guys look at it. It is a Roadster. The roof is up. The roofs are all up because I think they're gonna start storing these cars overnight for whatever they're doing. And this Imola is just painted in this very pretty blue. It's not exposed carbon paint, with some exposed carbon in the wing, the roof scoop, and the Tricolore diffuser. Do you think this car should have gone to the diffuser? This has 4 fins, and this has, I think, 8 fins or something. But if you go on this side to see the full matte black one, this is the original factory spec, how the Imola was launched. We saw one of these in a full matte silver at the factory and at Villa d'Este. But this is quite something. So these are the big louvers I'm talking about on the Imola, like that. and the Tricolore does not have that. It only has a, you know, one little piece. It's much more elegant. And the BC Coupe also had these louvers, but you know, they're not as aggressive as the Imolas. This is awesome. I believe this is Horatio Pagani's personal car back then, or his son's, and I think it's sold over to New York, to the US at some point. This has UK plates. I don't know anything about this, but it's got these up high mirrors, side view mirrors, unlike that. So this is actually older than that because of the blinkers are down here. So a little fun fact about that. Moving over here, this is a Zonda F, which is the same as a white one on the other side, but this is a Nürburgring record holder, 727. In hindsight, the 2016 M4 GTS did 728. And this is the Zonda Arrivederci, the last customized, customer ordered Zonda ever, or is it? I don't know, because they never seem to finish production. But anyway, in this very pretty silver carbon and full red interior with a manual transmission, the last hoorah to the Zonda lineage. I think it's been in production for the past 20 years, so it's nice to see that the standoff is one of the most extreme versions. This is a McLaren LMP car that was unveiled over here. What do you think? It's kind of square in the front, not bad. And the whole Koenigsegg section that I forgot to come see. But this is the same car that was unveiled at the Quail, the Regera, in this brown carbon finish. The sunlight just makes that pop. But what's cool about this is that the Diamond Ghost logo. Very subtle dark brown. Look at the brown carbon wheels too. Half paint, half carbon. The Aston Velour and the Valiant 6-speed manual, 700, 800 horsepower V12s. Super cool. A black on black 812 comp. Nice. The Hennessy Venom based on a Lotus, and the Venom FF5.